This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
We are back here with our friend Cynthia Isaac. Excited she's back. She's a life coach at Divine Human Beings, and she's also, oh my goodness, wait till I tell you all about her retreats, what she does, and she's here to help you, help inspire you. Ladies, listen up because she not only, again, as a transformation coach, heart healer, but she's here to talk about her amazing retreats that she's offering for all of you. So first and foremost, welcome back to the show. Please introduce yourself to everyone. Thank you.
Well, hello, Jill, and hello, everyone. I am so happy to be here. I I feel like there's really something that I need to say to the listeners. And I understand that everyone who is under the sound of my voice right now, if in any way this resonates with you, I would encourage you to reach out, see if there's something for you. There are
Mhm.
many, yeah, there are many things here, and I'm going to try to break it down because there are so many things to break it down in a simple framework. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to do that by referencing three stages or states that we enter in life. And this has to do with what I also offer in my Infinite Love Retreats, which is a transformational travel experience.
Yeah. Let's hear it. I'm ready to go.
Okay, our retreats go way beyond vacations. They are actual intentional journeys that are there to inspire you to live a life you love.
Ah,
Now, let's talk about the framework.
go ahead.
The framework I'm using right now is to help people figure out where they may be. Okay. And as
Yep.
I said, there are three states or stages. The first state or stage is what I call asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So when you think about being asleep, what does that bring to mind for you?
Falling asleep?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, peaceful joy. I don't get good sleep these days, but yeah, that's what falling asleep to me means. And get a good night's sleep, but I don't really get that. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. You said peace, rest. Not everybody gets
Mm-hmm.
rest.
Tranquility. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And I would also say that in that state, you would also be unconscious, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're not, thinking about anything or building anything at that time. At that time, you're inattentive. You're in a situation where you're restful. But I want to shift it just a little bit and that's sleep that we know as we go to sleep in the evening at night for rest. But let me shift it just a little bit to say, what if we were talking about being asleep at the wheel?
Mm. Well, that's not good. That's not good. I'm thinking in the car, falling asleep, accidents, but really a lot of people are asleep at the wheel at their job, at their, it could be asleep at the wheel during anything, during a test, during school, and not really be paying attention, right?
Absolutely, Jill. Absolutely. That's exactly what we're talking about. Is that we are alive and awake, moving around, driving, being active, but many times we're inattentive and we may be driving, we could be careless. It implies that you're not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And when I use that metaphorically um, in a context of not being able to make a decision or not decision,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of going along with what's going on. And then you could be making mistakes and actually missing great opportunities.
Yeah,
So it highlights the importance of being vigilant and aware and responsible.
got it. All right.
Okay.
Well, I want to be awake at the wheel. How do we do this?
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk, and this is not to put anyone in any frame of judgment or anything like that. This is simply to help us be aware of where we are in life. And it just is. So one question you may ask yourself is, what is going on in my life? First of all, am I aware of what's really going on? Am I happy about it? Or am I just kind of going along, particularly in jobs, or even in marriages and relationships, even with your health? You can go along and just maybe be just eating any kind of way, perhaps. And then all of a sudden, something starts to hurt. And then you end up having to go see about it. And then when you check it, it's like, wow, I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't paying attention. I was asleep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to that, I was asleep about what I was eating. I was asleep about what was going on in my body, not paying attention, not going to the doctor. Okay, so that's one aspect, one reference. The next aspect I want to talk about is awake. And remember, we're looking at this as if to say, okay, in life, when I use this as a metaphorically, where am I fitting in here? Where do I fit here? Because there's a reason for all of this. Okay, so awaken is, I think of it as being spiritually awakened.
Yeah.
So when you hear that, what comes to mind for you, Jill?
Well, spiritually awakened to me is like being, I mean, it depends, I guess, who you are in a sense, but I'm a spiritual person where I believe in God. I believe in the afterlife. I believe in all those things. And I pray to whatever beings there are, my deceased loved ones, the ones around me. So I feel spiritually connected to not just this life, to another life. And I talk to myself a lot. I'm not sure if it's me or am I talking to someone, but I think I am. So spiritually connected to me is really just allowing yourself to believe in something greater than what we know of. And I just do believe in that. And I know everyone's religion is important, different, but it's still kind of similar because it's something, it's all unknown to all of us.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, we may see it differently. We may have, for example, maybe different uh, people that we look to in terms for our spirituality. But the point is, the fact that we're being spiritual awakened is that we're aware of things. Now, the notion of spiritual awakening, it's been around for centuries, and
Hmm.
it can actually be observed in many, many different cultures, religions all around the world. It's called by different names. Sometimes people call it nirvana. You might
Hmm.
call it enlightenment, bliss. Sometimes it's often people make fun of it. It's like, oh, so you're enlightened, so you're spiritual, so you're awake. Okay. But the whole thing is that it's really talking about actually, it can be an unnerving situation. We talked earlier about being asleep at the wheel.
Hmm.
If you are asleep at the wheel and you accidentally run into something, um, a pole, for example, or a post or something, that's going to jar you. And I would imagine that's going to wake you up, right? It's going to
Yeah.
shake you and be awake. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at that point, you're going to be starting to think, wow, what's going on? Where am I? Where am I? What am I doing? Okay. So when I think about awakening, I think about something that is unnerving you at first. It can be unnerving at first because it often makes you question yourself. It
Yep.
makes you question your life, what you're doing. It does lead to, well, who am I and why am I here? So that's
Yeah.
when we're talking about awaken. Um, it was popularized by psychiatrist Carl Jung, and he described this process as coming back to the original self. And that is what I want to bring out because in these infinite love retreats, the purpose is to bring one back to themselves. And we're going to do that through loving you and you loving yourself, however it is that you see that to be, because it's different for different people, but bringing you back home to self, bringing you back home to putting you first as a priority, bringing you back home to loving who you are.
Yep.
And that brings you to a new sense of being.
Hmm. All right. Feeling good about this. I'm feeling good. Have you gone down this path as well?
Oh, wow. Oh, absolutely. Yes, 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 and yes. I want to share a little of my story. Um, just short. Everybody goes through something, but this is when I realized my quote. spiritual awakening. I was raised, in a spiritual environment, going to church, not necessarily spiritual, probably, not probably, but it absolutely was more religious than spiritual. But going to church, being aware of a higher power, being aware of God, being aware of doing to others as you do, you wanting people to do to you, loving people, being kind. I grew up in that environment. And like anyone, we all go through things in life. And this was a point in my life what really, really made me aware of where I was in life and became more spiritual rather than religious. It was when my husband died. And we had a really good relationship. I mean, I thought my future was perfect. We planned on traveling, all these things. And all of a sudden, we got information that he was passing. And it was like 6 months later. And at that time, my whole life turned around. And literally, I was angry at God,
I'm sure.
the God of my understanding.
Yeah.
Why? And everybody has a different, people may not like or the word God. So if you
Mm-hmm.
like that, if that doesn't work for you, then you can say higher power. You can say all that is,
Okay.
source, universe, whatever it is that fits you.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, we all have someone, something, some power that we look to, even if it's infinite power.
Sure, right?
Okay, so this awakening usually comes as a result of being triggered by something in life, some event, losing your job, losing a parent, losing a child, losing a spouse. It could be any health, losing your health, any type of trauma, divorce, pandemics, what's happening in the world right now. All of these things could and are probably triggering people. And so they will need to have, or they would need to have someplace, someone to go to help them get back into perspective, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Thank you so much. And if you are just tuning in, want to make sure you are aware who we're speaking with. And again, Cynthia Isaac, exciting to have you here and really stirring the pot for us. We're getting excited, getting ready to transform spiritually, energetically, and women, widows, whoever you are out there, women of color, please get ready to embrace this new chapter of your life that she's talking about. Please continue.
Thank you so much. And thank you for bringing that up because I want to speak to that as well. Jill mentioned that I work mainly with Black, Brown, Indigenous women of color.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is really because that's who I relate to. That's who I am. That's what my journey is. And that's what I believe that I was placed here in a divine position to actually help us to love each other. And we all know that love is for everyone. I actually am open to all women, but this indeed is my niche because there's some things that I believe that we experience, such as like certain traumas, and we tend to not want to look at that in the spaces of wellness and uh, therapeutic things. When I'm in those spaces, I do not see a lot of people that look like me. And I'm not making a judgment about that. I'm just simply saying that, which means that there's some attention that needs to be there. I know that there's people that do that, but this is what I'm called to. And I just want to share that because this is really important. And especially, as I mentioned earlier, um, I was brought up and conditioned in what I would say a religious environment. Not it was in the church. I was in
Yeah.
a non-denomination church, but again, we were taught certain things, and I had certain beliefs and certain conditions. And I mean, I've been coaching now for over 10 years, 10 to 15. My husband died 15 years ago. So somewhere between 10 and 15 years, I've been coaching and helping other people because first I went to get help myself. And that's when I saw in these places that we were not being represented. No fault of anyone, it just wasn't happening. Okay. So we,
Yes.
we talked about the three stages, and we talked about the first stage being, are you asleep? And then the next thing is, are you awake? And when we said awake, we said this has to do with a spiritual awakening, you having a new sense of being. Um, anything ultimately that causes you to look at your life from a more spiritual perspective
Yeah.
and pay attention to the path that you're going down. And that usually happens through some type of triggering. So the third part of it, and Jill, you mentioned that. I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but you
Yeah,
said,
no, it
where
wasn't.
are you
Go ahead.
aware?
Yep, yep. Just happens now. We're on the same page, Cynthia.
Exactly, exactly. Are you aware? Aware has to be that are you resonating with your true nature, your core, your essence? Are you an individual who is fully aware of the sense of what's going on in the world? And do you find meaning in life? Self-awareness is I believe, one of the most important things you can do because it's your ability to perceive and understand the things that makes you who you are as an individual. It includes your personality, your actions, values, your belief, your emotions, your thoughts. All of those make you who you are. And when you know who you are, then you will also know what arenas, what areas, where to spend your time. You also learn that you're not going to be in every situation. You're not going to be found in every group. There's some areas, some places, some things that you're not going to partake in because that's not a part of who you are. And you're aware of that. Aware means, I mentioned earlier that sleep was unconscious.
Yeah,
When when I say aware, I mean you are conscious, you are intentional,
yeah,
and you have that ability to recognize and understand your own emotions, your own thoughts, your own behaviors, and it also reflects your own personal experiences. You know what you find to be insightful, or loving, or kind. Um, in this aspect of it, what we do here is this is a transformational. This is where the transformation comes. And what I mean is when you're aware and you begin to do more things that are in line with who you are, with line with your purpose, you have more passion for life. You begin to realize that you're really here. I believe we're here to serve. We're here to serve others. And we do that, I believe, through love.
mm-hmm.
But when we learn to love ourselves, when we learn to put ourselves as priority, then that means that nobody else, we don't have to put anybody else down. We don't have to blame people. We don't have to, as human beings, we have these emotions, but
Yeah,
we learn how to allow those emotions to flow through us so that we can now reflect and act on our highest or who we are, the highest version of ourselves. Okay. And a lot of things I did is a lot of what I call personal growth. And personal growth and empowerment means that this is all about you, the person. It has, Jill, over the last 10 years, I tell you, I have been in practically everyone's program.
wow.
In this program,
Mm-hmm.
I have learned this. I have gotten this certification. I have gotten these letters behind my name. I have done all these certifications.
Yeah.
You know what? When I look at that, I'm glad I did it. It was
Mm-hmm.
it was a good thing for me to do it. There's no, I don't feel bad about doing it, but I realized that that is not the most important thing for me in life. What I found out, the most important for me in life really is to serve and help others. And I get such a joy and a happiness about being there for other people and
Yeah.
helping them to sort out whatever it is that they're experiencing in life so that they can become a better person and be able to live a life that is more fulfilling to them.
Yeah. Well, I
So
love, go ahead.
yeah, so what I think about is that in life, most of us in life have experienced um, suffering. We have experienced survival. We have experienced scarcity. Hopefully, we learn and grow and move out of that so we don't stay there. So that's what this is all about. When we really know who we are, when we really know who we belong to and why we're here, then we no longer stay in that space of suffering, scarcity, or survival.
Yeah.
And now we can move into thriving. Thriving means living that blissful life, living that happy life, living that life that fits me, suits me. This is all about self transcendence,
Mm-hmm.
all about being your happy self. I say being your sovereign self.
I like the way you say that. That, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a birthright. We're divine human beings. We are
Mm-hmm.
and we are human. So most of us can get that human thing going, and we often judge ourselves for being human. Oh wow, I made a mistake. Oh wow, I messed up. Oh wow, I'm embarrassed about this. Oh wow, whatever. And we're just being human. So we have to learn that when things happen to us as a human, that it's not it's an experience, it's life. And we learn from that and we grow from that and we expand. And in our learning and growing and expanding, we become who we really, really, truly are.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my
And we're
goodness.
operating from our heart and our soul at that time rather than impulse. I think of that as being the difference between reacting and responding.
Exactly. We all do that wrong. Yep.
Yeah, so that is virtually what our infinite love retreats are about. So do you have any questions or comments about anything we've said so far?
No, I think you're right on the page with this, and I hope people are here understanding that they can transition, they can make a new space, they can make a new life, they can do it, they can, and to be around like-minded individuals, especially women, who are in the same boat, maybe not have the same exact circumstance as you. It's rewarding, it's energetic, it's reviving, and I think the more of the mind and the mindfulness of women all together, that positivity and the spirituality can just boost you to a whole nother level, let alone working with you, individually, but to get everyone together, woof, I fear that group in a good way.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know what? I'm also speaking to professionals, people who help other people. They're already in service to help other people, other women in particular, and they can also grow and learn from this as well. Because in the all of us approach life differently. So the way that you approach your business could be differently, but I can guarantee you that when you add this type of component to it, it will actually expand and just. And I actually see in this expanding humanity. Actually, this is just and I think about women being womb, birth, rebirth, birthing. What's happening in life. This expands everyone. When she is fully, thoroughly loved, when she is fully, thoroughly seen,
Yeah.
valued, heard, it changes not only her life, her family, her friends, her work, her career. It changes everything and everyone.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Thank you for reminding me of that. Oh, all right. We still got some more time here. We got 8 minutes left in the show. What else do we want to make sure we're covering for today? Please. Thank you.
Okay. I have a note here. Let me go to my notes for a moment because I want to make sure okay. Yeah, let's talk about this. Yeah. Our retreats are also power packed. I actually started this idea out saying that today I said asleep, I said aware and awake. But I started this out when I started thinking about this and putting this together. I had rise up. Rise up, meaning that, all of us have been conditioned, all of us are living a certain type of way. And when we realize that there's something more, there's something better, that we can rise up. So we
Yeah.
rise from that place. And then the next thing would be to remember. That's the part that really stuck with me, is to remember. Remember who you are. We come here as babes, infants, and we totally completely forgot. We're starting all over. But we've had, well, I don't want to go into that, the lives, but
Yeah, right. I know what you mean.
but I mean, really, and it's like we have to remember who we are and why we're here. You know, you're here for a reason, and that is more than just going to work. Maybe having children, going to sleep at night, maybe going to a concert here or there, having a little fun, going to bed, waking up, and doing it over and over again. What are we going to be doing about serving? What are we going to do about helping someone else? What are we going to be doing about helping humanity?
Yeah.
Helping humanity heal.
Yeah.
I said we can help humanity heal one heart at a time. When
Ah,
you change your heart, when you change where you operate, where you're coming from, you're changing your life and many other people's life as well.
ah,
From the heart, coming from love.
ah. Love,
And so,
love.
something else I want to say, it just came to me. My name is Cynthia.
Yeah.
That's the name I was given. And Cynthia means bringer of light. I was here to bring light into the world,
Aw.
specifically bring light into dark places.
True.
That's what this is all about.
Mm.
So when you're able to do that, and sometimes when situations are in dark places, they don't necessarily want to see the light. I get that. I get that. I get that. But the truth is, when the light comes, and I'm not talking about judgment, things of that nature. I'm talking about the light of grace, the light of God, the light of goodness that comes upon us. It changes us. It
Mm-hmm.
releases us. That's what I'm talking about. And when you
Ah,
walk in the light, our life is very different. In the
yeah.
Bible, it says, let there be light. That's the first thing he said. Let there be light.
Beautifully said. It's so true. Oh, my goodness. Yay. All right. Well,
How many people
unfortunately,
ready?
we're out of time, Cynthia. I'm sorry. We do have to go. How do we contact you?
Okay, let me say this. If you want to save time, if you want to save effort, money, heartbreak, if you want to know who you are, why you're here, contact me at support@cynthia-isaac.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day and looking forward to the next time we connect, Cynthia. Thanks so much for today. I appreciate it. Hope our listeners do and viewers as well. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Bye bye.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.